us at the same
right now
time.
we are going over, I think, loops.
I don't know what it is, but when I'm typing in front of
Right
people,
now, I'm probably gonna have
I
to
just
do a
can't
little
type.
bit more studying as far as with certain topics before we actually get into
All right, let's see
week
what we got.
one,
Get rid
day
of this
one.
guy.
But I'm just recording this just to kind of give
So
you
I is
guys like an
0,
example
count
of
is
what we
1,
do
I
in
is
this
5, count
program.
is 2. All right, we're just seeing the
And then I'm
count
gonna
go up
also
every
discuss
time
what
we
program that I'm in on top of how long
encounter a
is the
number.
program, what it consists
And we don't even
of,
need to do the logic because it's going in
everything that
multiples
I
of 5
do in here,
anyways.
and just answer a
So that
couple
means
of
at the
questions that some of
end,
you guys
we have the
probably
count.
had.
It's reassigned each time,
Um,
right?
for your own references.
We'll learn about how reference data types work and primitive data types work, but
I'm not
technically
gonna lie, like I was
this is
ahead
a
and then
variable
I
pointing
kind
at
of
an
got
entirely
behind,
different
but
instance of a
it's
number
okay
in memory.
because we're gonna get caught back up.
Right? It's not the same one at all.
Like I'm caught
It
up,
doesn't
but I'm
behave like an
behind, but I'm
object.
caught up, if that makes sense. So this is like a rigorous
Let's just
freaking
run the
program.
test.
For
Maybe
sure.
maybe there's some edge case we just don't know is happening.
And if you have time to specifically focus on this program, then that'll be even
we
better
could do it
because
the other
then
way.
you
Let
don't
me know
have
if you want to see
distractions.
it that way, but this is one way we
Because you're
could go
not,
about this.
you're gonna need to be focused.
Multiples
the
of
entire
5.
time.
0 up to the number, and we just go in increments of 5. That will guarantee we get all the multiples.
The program that I attend is called App Academy. It is a boot camp, and full-time students it's about 6 months or whatever the case is, and part-time I think it's longer than 6 months because it's 45 weeks. That's just for people who want to work and stuff like that. But if you're somebody who's trying to get through the program and get it done, like, you know, get in and get out, then 6 months, 5 to 6 months should be something that would be good. So right now what I'm doing is trying to get my expressions checkpoint submitted to GitHub or whatever for grading and stuff so I can move forward in the program, even though I did. But it's like with this little situation, it kind of like took me back and stuff. So now I feel like I'm all over the place. And what I can say is this is a very rigorous program. So like if you're not focused and you don't like, and you're constantly distracted, you will not get this done, especially if you don't really have a basic understanding of what the program requires, some of the things that you have to do, like, and the languages and coding in general, you will have a hard time. So like I was caught up at first and now I feel like I got pushed by, and I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot afford to be behind because you have to know this. And right now I'm stuck on variables and expressions, yeah, kinda, sorta, and now we're into conditionals or whatever the case is. That's what we're working on in JavaScript. So right now we're in JavaScript. And granted, like some of the stuff is pretty basic. It's pretty what's the word? I can't think of it right now, but it's exceptional compared to what I've seen others do when they're working or if they're in school. So it's expected. Like the work is definitely expected. I feel like you're gonna learn so much in this boot camp, and there's other boot camps that you can attend to that do similar things or whatever the case is. It's just a matter of what best works for you and what your circumstances are. I know for me, I was trying to go back and get my bachelor's, but I couldn't because I ran out of funding for my undergrad program. So they said I would have to go back for a grad program, and I'm pretty sure you guys know that there's not really too many grad programs for just software engineering versus computer science, and I'm not trying to take up computer science. So I was like, I gotta get in. And I'm just like, how am I gonna get in a boot camp? I can't afford a boot camp. Like, what the hell? How am I finna do this? Because I need to get in this program. Like, I need to do this. This is what I need to do. I'm making a complete 360 in my career. And I'm just like, how am I finna get in the tech? How am I finna get in the tech? But some of these programs, including the one that I am in, provides a tuition payment plan or payment method or whatever the case is. So like if you don't want to pay out of pocket or upfront, they have a deferred payment method which allows you to get a loan and they'll cover the entire tuition and you won't pay back until after you found a job or until the end of the program. Now, if you don't get the one that just completely covers it and you don't have to pay anything, they still will cover the entire tuition, but you may just have to pay interest on the loan or whatever. So be mindful of that. If you're okay with just paying the interest on the loan or whatever the case is, even though they're still going to cover your entire tuition, you just got to pay the interest on the loan. So if you're okay with that, then choose that option and get started to your path. And you know what I'm saying, start your whole journey, start a new journey, because it's definitely worth it. Tech and just anything that you're doing in tech is growing right now, especially with AI and how advanced technology is getting. It's very like competitive. I don't know. Well, I ain't gonna say it's competitive, but it's definitely a career to check into if you're trying to do something better with your life. And I've seen some people and their outcomes, which kind of inspire me, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I don't know if I want to do this, but I'm doing it. And baby, when I tell you this is not something to play with, like you got to be serious. Like for me, I have to be up at 10 so I can be in class every day at 11, and we in class at 8. So Monday through Fridays from 11 to 8 or whatever, we do lectures, we go over checkpoints, we go over some of the modules in the portal or whatever the case is, and we move forward. And sometimes it seems like we move in weeks beyond the week that we already really in for real. So just be mindful of that. And just try to stay focused. Like I said, don't let nobody distract you. Do whatever you can to retain the information, the knowledge, or whatever the case is, like whatever it is, just so you can stay ahead. And not just stay ahead, but you want to actually understand what it is that you're doing. Like you don't want to just be trying to learn something just because you're just trying to get through the program. Like it's gonna be a requirement for you to know the information, because when you get the job, because they're gonna help put you in jobs, they provide that as well at the end of your program. You know, where you get prepped for interviews, they have job opportunities at your access based off of the projects that you did, and they'll tell you and explain to them, you know, how well you were as a student, which would dictate if you actually land your first job in less than 3 months. And they also have this they also have this option where if you don't find a job, they'll what's the word? You won't have to repay your tuition back or something like that. So check into that. The program is called App Academy or whatever the case is, which is what I'm doing. And y'all, I'm scared for my motherfucking life. I'm motherfucking scared because I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm supposed to be done March 7th. I'm supposed to be done March 7th. I don't know if I'm going to make it. So let's just pray that I do, because baby, when I tell you, okay. So if this is what you want to do, take that step. Don't let nobody discourage you. Make that move, you know, especially if you already know it or you think you could do it. Go ahead and, you know, because it's so many things that can happen after the fact, you know, for your life. And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have more questions, comment below or whatever the case is. And I'll talk to you later.